Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. Welcome to this call with the Seraphim, with Gaia, with Master Jeshua and Mary Magdalene. Thank you so much for being here on this 3-3 portal. It is such an incredible energy. And I know for those that I've already spoken to before we press the record button, that shift of energy has been felt. Not only have we had the new moon energy that is still very present, still very open, that Pisces new moon, which is the last new moon of the zodiac year, but we also have this 3-3 coding. Now, we're going to go into a wonderful journey today. We're going to be meeting with the Seraphim. We're going to be going up to the Godhead, receiving beautiful Christ light and the flame of the Seraphim to bring back down to earth, to Lady Gaia, to anchor it in and to clear the ley lines. And we're also going to be meeting with Master Jeshua, also known as Jesus, and Mary Magdalene to receive a beautiful attunement from them as well. So we've got a lot to go through and it's going to be so, so wonderful. But first, I want to share with you a little bit about the number 3, the 3-3 specifically. So we have 33 is a master number. It's the number of the master teacher. So when we look at just number 3, we have that union of divine masculine, the 1, divine feminine, the 2, and together they make this holy child, this trinity, this number 3, right? The sun king, so to speak, this beautiful third energy, right, when they merge and go together. So that's where that Christ-like energy comes from. That 3 brings a great deal of flow, cosmic flow and cosmic abundance. And I know most people connect the number 8 with abundance, but when we look at the number 3, this is cosmic flow as well. So it's another number that brings in that beautiful harmony and that beautiful fluidity, right? And also, if we actually look at the number 3, it is half of the number 8. So I always find that really fascinating in its own right. But the number 33, right, 3-3, that is the number of a master teacher, right? So when we are connecting with this energy, when we're connecting with that as a key code, as the numerology code, we can find ourselves in an energy where we realize that we still have a lot to learn, but it doesn't always seem as daunting as what it may have done previously. The number 33 and this particular time can bring what some would call contrast and challenges, because especially paired with the Piscean new moon, right? Especially paired with that Pisces energy, we're purging emotional blockages and things, judgments that we may have had about our own ability, about our own gifts, anything that has that we've stored within our sacred temple of light, our body, anything we've stored here, because we are an extension of this earth, of this planet. And although that our souls and our essence is much more vast, and it is that God energy, that source energy, we come down and we collect the light to make this physical form, right? Because this is a light body, right? We just have all the light in a very dense space connected very closely together to make it physical. So then when we look at the essence that is within us, as this beautiful, expansive, benevolent energy. And then we look at the gap between that and the physical form. There are multiple layers of the mind body and the emotional body. And so with this energy right now, you may have noticed that there have been potential volatile experiences of an emotional nature, where something has shown you a trigger perhaps that you haven't been aware of, or something has shown you where there may be a belief, a redundant belief that may have served a purpose before now, and you're being made aware of it because of the key code of the number 33, because it's only when we can see what we when we can see without judgment, when we can see in a space of neutrality, a way that we're choosing to react or a pattern that we have. It's only when we see that we are able to actually go, okay, there is a charge there. Right? Oh, I have a belief about that. I have an opinion about that. So we may find right now with this wonderful energy around that, those experiences may be being drawn out from you, because it is your job, it is my job, it is our job. Everyone that is here watching the live or watching the replay, you've been called to this because you know that you are here to anchor in the light, right? And we can often feel that we have to do more than what we're already doing, but I'm here to tell you that just by being, by physically being, by you're vibrating already, you're constantly moving and rippling out a beautiful frequency, right? You're already creating that ripple effect just by being, right? And that is the most beautiful thing here. You came to this earth because you wanted to learn how to manipulate the energies in a way that you could find, you could bring them back to neutral, bring them back to one, and so charge them in a certain way. And that's how we manifest, right? Because we're constantly receiving, we're constantly manifesting. But so far, up till now, it's been very, very unconscious or subconscious manifestation. Right? We've done it without realizing, without consciously knowing about it. And this is the pivotal point where it is all changing now. We had with the 222, the 22 to 22 coding last month, we had that influx of divine feminine energy come in, right? We had that wonderful energy come in, that mother energy, that wanting to heal and bring balance and peace and unity to experiences in your life, right? In our lives. And with that influx of feminine energy, it's now recalibrating. And once again, we get back to that number 3, where the masculine and the feminine come together as one, right? And that's the beauty of it. So this particular time that we are in the calendar, we are actually preparing for the equinox as well. So the energy that you're starting to feel now, it's preparing you for the next 3 weeks until the equinox. It's like a build up and a build up and a build up as we go through the last season of the zodiac year, right? Before we get to spring, and that spring clean and that spring energy where, we move forward in a beautiful, more invigorated way. And even for those on the other side of the hemisphere, where they're moving into autumn, it carries both sides of the poles, right? Because as we know from the northern hemisphere going into spring, the southern hemisphere going into autumn, they are both equal and opposites as well. So at the same time, we have an equinox on one side and an equinox on the other. It's all equal and balanced, which is very, very beautiful, really, the poetry of it all. So in the next 3 weeks, there is going to be a massive amount of shifting happening for you, but it will be mainly felt on this emotional, energetic level, because that's where most of us are blocked or slowed down right now from walking our path of mastery. And it's not that we're not even on that path, we already are, but allowing that to speed up, right? Allowing that to speed up, we have to allow the purging and the rebirth of the emotions to unstick the flow within us. And that's where that key code 3 comes in again, right? So what have we stored within us? What have we stored within us on a cellular memory? What have we inherited from our ancestors, from our parents, from various lineages, right, that we are connected with? What have we inherited that is being called to move forward? You might find really interesting dynamics coming up that are just really seemingly random, but definitely not, which is always quite a fun one, just to kind of go, that's really interesting. Why did that just happen? For me, for example, I'm getting a lot of distractions last minute when I start to hold a space, and I'm like, so I guess I want to master that right now. That's what I'm being called to master, is my response to that, rather than letting it charge me or knock me off kilter. So we're getting called in various different ways. Our gifts are starting to come a lot more online as well. So everyone that is watching this, you will likely be finding that your ability to heal, right? Whether it's yourself or whether your presence around someone else is healing, that has enhanced. You might find your telepathy is enhancing. You're starting to really understand the nuances, especially with the Pisces season that we're in. And do let me know in the comments as well if you are experiencing this, because I love hearing and seeing how everyone is experiencing this flow state of expanded spirituality and expanded connection, because the weaving of the threads between the layers of who you are, you on a soul level, on a higher self, on a soul level, to a mental body, to emotional body, to physical body, those weavings are like golden threads that are connecting and allowing you to really start to recognize when those coincidences are not really coincidences. You've created that, and you've started to master a skill. You've started to really refine a skill here. We also have, for today right now especially, we have, just to bring more of that wonderful number 3 in, we have Mars and Venus conjunct in the sky, right? And Venus tells us what it is that we want, what it is that we desire. Mars tells us how we want to go and get that, right? So we've got the power of our will, right? Our masculine energy with Mars, who's met up with Venus, who's our desire and our attraction and how we bring that in. And they're in conjunction with Pluto right now. And Pluto, for anyone that looks at the stars or anything like that, it's a very intense planetary movement and connection that is being formed right now. So there's that extra layer of intensity being added. But I love once more that we have the feminine of Venus, the masculine of Mars coming together, specifically on the 3-3, specifically today at 27 degrees of Capricorn, right? So that's where Pluto is at 27 degrees, which when you add 2 and 7, that makes 9. That's a 3 number, so 3 3s. So once again, we're getting this repetition of the 3s, and you're probably seeing it more and more as well in your day-to-day in the numerology of it all. I'm not sure about you, but I'm sure everyone, I've heard from everyone that has been connecting with me that they're seeing number patterns a lot more frequently as well. I have a beautiful soul here saying that they've had a lot of shadow work, a lot of ahas and shedding patterns since the new year. Yes, exactly, since the 111 code in, right, of the new year, then the 222, and now the 333. Third eye throat has been recently more activated. Yes, and we stepped up quite a bit from the new year, and we underestimate, right, because it's Gregorian calendar, right? It's it's a timeline that's been created by only a few thousand years old, and we can underestimate that shift. But really, what happens around the end of a year, just to elaborate on what this beautiful soul has just said, is there was massive conjunctions once again happening in the sky, and a massive influx of Christ light, right? And that always happens around that specific date of Christmas to the new year. So then when we have that influx of light energy, it will shake away any of the shadows, like the skin of the snake comes off, right? You go through your own rebirth. So I love that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So just to close off the talking bit, we all know the start of spring is kind of, notorious for spring cleaning, right? We hear about spring cleaning, but the emphasis on this practice is, it's ancient, right? It is absolutely ancient to clear the energy around this time of year, and there is reason for it as well. So if you're feeling drawn to, or even if you're not, start to clear out physically things around you, because when you're and that could just be a drawer or a wardrobe or a cupboard, or it could be the whole home, right? Whatever you feel called to do, because whatever you are physically working through, everything around you is created by you for you, right? It's not just there by accident, although it can seemingly appear that way. So when we take the time, or create the time, to clean deeper, we're actually allowing our own energy to clean itself deeper, and it makes the process a lot smoother for you, because we are, like we said at the very beginning here, walking masters of light already. The ascended masters that walked before us, they all experienced life similar to how we have, in their own unique ways, right? They didn't wake up one morning and go, I'm a walking master of light. They went through this process, right? And they connected with the cyclical nature, the birth, death, rebirth, because that's what the number 3 also brings, right? It's the rebirthing. So without further ado, we're going to go into our very sacred and very beautiful journey for today. So take a moment to and find yourself in a comfortable position, whatever that may look like. You may choose to lie down, sit up, straight, whatever is comfortable for you. You do not need to see me, you only need to hear me. So don't worry about seeing the camera or anything like that. And you're just going to take a nice deep breath in. Just first and foremost, we're going to relax. We're going to relax our heart space. And we're going to take a lovely deep breath in, breathe in through the nose and feel each molecule of that sacred air going down through your throat, down into your lungs, expanding that space, gently releasing it in your own perfect pace. Breathing in deeply and slowly, slowing that breath right down to allow the wonderful light that is entering with that air to move like a tide through your lungs, through your heart space, displacing any stagnant energy that wishes to be released on the out-breath. And once again, breathe in nice and deep, and this time, allow that breath to go right down through your body, through your belly, down into your roots. Expanding you, expanding your heart space, relaxing and calming you. Holding it there just for a moment before you can even audibly release that if that feels appropriate for you. In your mind's eye, you start to feel a beautiful, beautiful white light surround you. Like wonderful feathers softly brushing around you. You feel like your body is becoming very light, gentle, soft. As you start to feel yourself transported from wherever you may be sat, wherever you may be lay, feeling your energy body start to transport with this beautiful white, soft light to a vibrant green garden. You see a well in the distance, two very strong and tall ancient yew trees side by side. All the colors of spring and the flowers around. Bees busy at work, dragonflies, butterflies, birds tweeting, and the sun beaming beautiful light codes down upon you. As you glance up at the sun, it doesn't hurt your eyes. It's very pleasant to gaze into this brilliant light. And even as you look up into that beautiful solar energy, you can see different shapes and geometrical patterns dancing, rippling out from within it. Bright whites and gold energy, rainbow energy even coming out from the sun. And as you look up into it, you smile to yourself, feeling ever so content and blessed. You look down at your feet and realize that you are barefoot on the grass. Soft and gentle and beautiful green. You move forward and start to explore a little bit, strolling through the gardens. Noticing pathways leading towards the water, towards the well, pathway towards the trees, a beautiful sitting area. As you gaze upon part of the garden that has some benches, some relaxation space, you notice that there is a beautiful wooden bench with a bright, shining angel awaiting you. Allow that angel to take whatever form it wishes to for you, because it will be unique to you. Their energy feels incredibly familiar, as though you work with them every day. They smile and beckon you forward. And you look forward to approaching them and to connecting with them as you start to realize that this is your guardian angel, sat upon the bench. You sit down with them just for a moment, and with your consent, the angel places their hand upon your heart. They greet you by your name and let you know how wonderful it is to see you in such clear color, in such a conscious way. They let you know that they are with you all day, every day, as they are sure that you know. But what you may not have realized about your guardian angel is that they hold your soul contract for your highest timeline that you are to walk upon this earth, the timeline which you are currently embodied. They let you know that today we're going to be doing some work with your soul contract to enhance and to clear anything that is ready to be released, and activate any part of it which is ready. But first, before that happens, in honor of the 3-3 energy, there's a very special journey to take up to the Godhead, up to that beautiful, brilliant sun beyond the sun, to greet the Seraphim and receive their flame of light. Behind your guardian angel, a brilliant unicorn approaches. You feel the love, the purity of this magnificent being. The magic, the innocence, the trust, the Christed presence. Notice the colors of this unicorn, the hooves, the horn, the coat. And as you do so, the unicorn rears back onto its hind legs, pointing its horn up to the sky, up to the sun, forming from its horn a brilliant, beautiful rainbow light. Your guardian angel stands and invites you to do the same, and steps into this rainbow light. They hold their hand out to you, and you take it, stepping into this beautiful beam of rainbow. And as you do so, you start to rise. You start to rise up the rainbow. Allow yourself to feel the warmth, the beauty, feeling each color that is being presented around you, colors that you know and colors that you don't know. You rise up through the sky, the beautiful blue sky. And you get higher and higher and higher, feeling very safe, very supported. Until you reach a space where it appears to be crystal, the beautiful, most iridescent crystalline structure. You step off onto this crystal platform with your guardian angel and unicorn with you. The space around you is rainbow in iridescent light. And as you just notice what you're hearing, you can feel, you can hear the most beautiful music. Music of ineffable joy, bliss, indescribable really, but you feel it moving through your body. As you take a moment to breathe deeply into this wonderful energy that now surrounds you, feeling lighter than air, you realize that there are numerous beings of gold and white, of rainbow, gold and blue, red and gold. Different councils of seraphim dancing around, their colors swirling around you. It's hard to notice where one color ends and another one begins because they are so fluid in their energy, so powerful in their energy, yet so welcoming. A beautiful white gold seraphim forms into an angelic presence, moves their light into a form that you can recognize, and steps forth in front of you. My name is Seraphim Seraphiza, she says. I come to you to ask you to open your hearts even further than it's ever opened before. It is a chalice through which eternal streams of love, abundance flow, compassion, unity, joy can flow through. We ask you to open your heart space and relax it deeper than you've ever relaxed it before. So that the light of source, the Christed codes that are wishing to imbue within are able. And as she says this, as though like a rose in the middle of your chest, unfolding its petals. You take a deep breath in, and with a deep sigh, you feel this beautiful light flood in and move through you. Another seraphim starts to take form, blue and gold in color. Appearing next to Seraphisa, this one steps forth and says, "Blessings to you. I am Seraphim Seraphiel. I assist you in tuning to divine will, higher illumination." This seraphim places a hand upon your crown and a hand upon your heart. And as he does so, you feel the most warm, tingling sensation move like light liquid through your crown to your heart. Part of absorbing and radiating Christ light is the connection with an ascended mind, allowing your heart to collaborate with your mind to help you make the choices that you need to make in courage, in faith, in wisdom. Allow your mind to open like the beautiful lotus it is. And with the next deep breath in, deep sigh, you feel not only your heart space expand further, but now your crown opening up, a beautiful light casting down into it. You may even start to see colors and light language and symbols move through you, going down past your eyes as that light moves from your crown into your heart space. Not before a final seraphim starts to take form, beautiful rainbow colors, standing beside Seraphisa and Seraphiel. This one says, "I am Seraphim Seraphina. I help you build your bridge to source. I help you connect it with Gaia, with Lady Gaia, with the Earth Star, which you are made from, or your temple of light is made from. A child of the earth, yet a child of the light at the same time. Divine, wise, knowledgeable, and sacred, amongst many more things which you are." Seraphina places a hand upon your heart, and with your permission, a hand upon your sacral chakra. This may be at the front at your womb space, or this may be at your lower back, whatever is more comfortable for you. And as she does so, you feel the light that is already emanating from your heart, that is already pouring in through your crown. You feel it start to cascade down through your stomach, through into your sacral chakra, into your root, lighting up your lower chakras, allowing you to make manifest the coding which you're receiving. Seraphina explains, the lower chakras are here to embody you into your physicality. Emotions are stored in this space. And we want to allow our emotions to flow like the river of your heart space. Allow that same movement to happen in your sacral chakra, in your womb chakra, in your root chakra. Because when this light reaches those lower chakras, any fear, any worries, any anxiety, any scarcity, anything which being human has caused you to believe, anything which is being experienced by the collective that you may be transmuting and alchemizing on behalf of the whole, on behalf of the one. When we open this space up, we find that the energy doesn't impact you physically anymore, and it flows. And so breathe deeply into your sacral chakra. And whenever you're ready to exhale, make an audible sigh, an audible release, as you feel that flow of light moving down through into your sacral and into your roots, even cascading down through your feet, knowing that it will be activating your Earth Star chakra. The three seraphim stand together in front of you. They each place their hands towards one another, merging their lights, the rainbow light, the golden light, and the beautiful blue gold, merging their three lights together, and the unicorn which created the rainbow bridge, which you traveled up, bows its head and touches their hands with its horn. And as it does so, the most beautiful firework of light erupts from their hands, creating the most intricate flame of the seraphim. The white light, the gold light, the rainbow light, all bringing its own unique frequency, all colors of the spectrum, all colors of source, the Christed energy that is imbued within. The flame rises up from their hands and expands to be the size of yourself. Your guardian angel, who is still stood beside you throughout this whole process, looks to you and says, would you like to step into the flame of the seraphim and carry the Christ codes that they're offering? Take whatever time you need before you respond, but as soon as you say yes, you step into this beautiful flame of light, this flame of oneness, of higher love. And as you do so, you feel like a ripple effect, like a domino effect within you. Every cell of your body realign, readjust, expand and contract and expand once again. And the most beautiful light. Allow yourself to breathe into this energy that is around you, surrounding you, within you right now. And place your hands upon your heart and offer thanks to the seraphim for their love, for their offering, for their gift. Your guardian angel says to you, it is at this point that we can imbue your soul contract with this light as well. If you would like to do that, and if you would like to activate a higher soul contract, just say yes. And as soon as you feel that yes emerge from your lips, a beautiful golden scroll appears in front of you. The edges of it shimmering in rainbow light, with symbols of light language dancing across them. If you're ready to activate your higher contract of light, of oneness, of deep compassion, to help protect your energy field so that you can and will choose to remain as open in love as possible as you navigate any further releasing of anything redundant. Simply place your hand upon this contract and it will activate the extra support, the extra love, and the extra energy that you may choose to call upon and require going forth. As soon as you place your hand upon the contract, it glows bright diamond in color and disappears into the rainbow fire that still surrounds you. You see the unicorn approach you once more, and your guardian angel says to you, it is time for us to anchor this light into the Earth Star. You place a hand upon the unicorn, and your guardian angel on your other side, and you start to move down through the rainbow column of light which you arrived in, not before saying thank you to the Seraphim. As you slowly descend through the beautiful atmosphere of Earth, you see that everything looks even more bright and vivid now. How somehow you feel connected to the reverberation and the pulsation of the heartbeat of Earth. You land once more with your feet upon the green grass, as though it's the first time you've ever felt grass underneath your feet. You scrunch your toes and dig your toes in just a little bit, just really feeling the presence of Gaia underneath you. As you look down upon your body, you see that you have this most beautiful glow about you. Your guardian angel says to you, this is the part that we call upon the Christed dragon and the earth dragon to help anchor these codes through the beautiful Earth Star, to friends, to family, to the collective. The flame which you stood within now is within you, within your heart space, and you can offer that to whomever you wish. Yours will never extinguish. And so you see in front of you a beautiful golden dragon appear, literally looking as though it's made from liquid gold, along with a beautiful brown and green dragon. You know one to be the golden Christed dragon and the other to be an earth dragon. You place your hands upon your heart, and as you move your hands away, you see that you have rainbow light in both hands. The rainbow fire which is within you has created itself now within your hands. And so you place one hand upon the heart space of the Christed dragon, one hand upon the heart space of the earth dragon. They thank you telepathically for bringing this light down to earth. The brown and green dragon, the earth dragon, takes the flame that is now within its heart and you know that it has gone off to share that light with hundreds and thousands of other earth dragons. From one light, from one flame, you can light infinite others. And so the earth dragons go to clear the ley lines of the earth, and you start to feel, with every breath that you take, you start to feel the work, the sacred work that they are doing. Clearing stuck energy in the ley lines, releasing fear and trauma that may be present in the collective. You even feel in your own root chakra the work that these earth dragons are doing with the flame that you brought down to earth. The Christed dragon still stands in front of you, shimmering gold, with this rainbow light now within its heart from you having passed your light to it. This dragon tells you telepathically that it will go and share this light with all of humanity, with all of the animal kingdom, the insect kingdom, the trees, the nature, everyone and everything. And it thanks you for bringing this light and for sharing it. Because the Christed dragon will share it with hundreds of thousands of other Christed dragons, and that light will be offered to everyone's heart space, everything on this earth star. Connecting root from the earth dragons to heart from the Christed dragons. You take a deep breath in and you just allow yourself to recognize the enormity of what it is that you've just offered, what it is that you've just done. You feel the pulsation of earth under your feet as though she purrs, as though she's rumbling a melody, a harmony of thanks, of love. The unicorn moves to stand back in front of you. And your guardian angel says, if there is anyone within your family, anyone that you can think of, whether it's someone that you know or even someone that you don't, that you feel could do with this beautiful light of Christ light, opening their heart space and helping them in the compassion and love that we have for each other, regardless as to what actions they may have done in the past. The unicorn will send that beautiful light to them now. So just hold in your heart space, in your mind's eye, a vision, an image of whomever you wish to send this light to. The light of unconditional love, of compassion, of grace, of oneness. And the unicorn goes to do its work, its service work, and love and devotion and appreciation for everything you've done so far. You realize that this garden that you are in now remains just you and your guardian angel once more. Your guardian angel smiles at you as a breeze blows by, and as you turn to face the wonderful wind that is gently brushing your hair back, you see, stood between the two old yew trees that you noticed at the very beginning stood between the two figures that you recognize so deeply, so profoundly, walking masters of light that have walked this earth star, that have mastered the universal laws, that have mastered their own frequency, healed all their karma. You recognize Master Jeshua, Mary Magdalene. Yeshua dressed in a simple but beautiful white robe, golden trimming, golden belt. Mary Magdalene dressed in a beautiful deep red. They beckon you forth to stand with them between the two yew trees. A well rests behind them. You hear the water flowing underneath. And as you step up towards them, you feel like you are entering a vortex, entering a space, a very powerful ley line between these two trees, like a portal. You feel the energy is very strong there. And each take you hand by hand, stand on either side of you. Yeshua looks deep into your eyes and into your heart. So proud, so grateful, so appreciative, so loving. Deep thanks for the courage and the bravery, for the resolution of wanting to partake this journey. The role of a Christed one is not an easy path to take. The master teacher is not an easy path to take. We are constantly taking stock of every response, every reaction, every creation, because we know that we have created all. And that also means we create everything that comes towards us as well from others in some way, shape, or form. And it is the true master of energy with a truly open heart who allows any emotional charge to be neutralized so that we can see others regardless as to how they are acting or speaking through the eyes of unconditional love, because we have compassion for their journey, even though we do not know it. Yeshua places his hand upon your heart. And he places one upon your shoulder. Yet when he removes his hand from your shoulder, you see that he's left something there. A white dove. Just nuzzled in to the side of your neck, to the side of your cheek. This white dove, he says, is a dove of compassion, of forgiveness, for yourself and for others, for all you may encounter. This dove will help you through the challenging times, remind you of your grace, of your courage, remind you of your purity, through your own forgiveness, through your own alignment. You take a moment just to feel the presence of this dove upon your shoulder. Before Mary Magdalene places her hand now upon your heart, and another upon your cheek, as though caressing the side of your face with the devotion of a dear friend, of a mother, of a sister. The world that you walk upon is fraught with challenges, yet you knew this before you were to arrive. You knew that every challenge you would be faced with would not only have been created by you, for you, in your highest good, for your expansion, but you also knew that you would pass each challenge with flying colors, because of how you choose to see and perceive everything you're experiencing, because of your determination to be in love, in alignment, to be that open chalice through which all healing, all love, all compassion, all joy, all unity can flow through. As she moves her hand away from your heart, you see she holds a golden rose, sparkling, glistening. This rose is for you. Keep it with you as often as you like. Remember, it is here with you. This rose is eternal. It is the rose of pure love. Rose of remembrance for who you are, to know yourself, to speak your truth, to create as you desire. Because highest good for you is highest good for all. And when you walk in your truth, in your courage, in your strength, in your power, when you accept the role of the being of light that you are, you enable others to do the same. You empower others to heal and to be true to themselves. You are a walking master of light. And you are here for great things. Your time is now, and you are needed so boldly to be here on this earth star. And so we thank you, my beloved and I, we thank you. We bow to you for all that you do, for all that you are, for all you be, and encourage you to continue being exactly who you are. Allow this white dove and golden rose to remind you. And remember, you can hold your hands upon your heart and feel those Christ codes of the Seraphim and that flame that was placed within your heart space. You can connect with that as often as you choose to, as often as you wish to or need to. Because we are all you and you are us. And that is the realization of the Master Teacher. All are truly one. As you bow your head to them in gratitude and appreciation, you take a moment just in the silence around, your eyes closed, just feeling, being. Jeshua and Mary Magdalene lean forward and both kiss you on the side of your cheek. And they offer to you some words just personal to you. Receive them now. As you smile upon hearing that message, they both take a step back and dissolve into a beautiful golden light. You turn to face your guardian angel, who asks you to look deeply into their eyes as you hold their hands. And as you gaze into the eyes of your guardian angel, you start to feel and see around you, like an orb of white, soft light, start to cloud out the surroundings. As you travel from this space, from this time, you start to return slowly, gently, back to this time and this space, allowing your spiritual body first to return. Return, allowing your mental body next. Your emotional body starts to feel its way back into your physical form right here, right now, as you start to maybe gently allow your physical sensations to return, hearing the sound of my voice a little louder, starting to rub your hands together, moving your feet along the floor, feeling yourself in your body, fully present, returned fully, here, now, forever, forever changed, attuned. Taking a deep breath, placing your hands upon your heart just to really feel the beating of your heartbeat underneath your hands before you open your eyes and return to us here and now. Thank you so much for going on such a sacred journey with me.